Hey, what is up? So glad you could join us. It's the Smoke Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Guy on the far, Mike Iveso, the chef, the butcher, the man behind the butchery on Orchard Lake out in Sylvan Lake, Dave Hubbard. My name is Sean Baligian. Last week, we did part one of your Super Bowl extravaganza. Now, if you guys haven't figured this out yet, it's all about me. So I can confess to these guys, but they already know that. Like, for my Super Bowl party, I'm doing wings and ribs. So what did we do the last couple weeks? Wings and ribs. But, no, I mean, all jokes aside, guys, when you're having a Super Bowl shindig, I think a lot of times people just want the finger food. They want things that are easy. They don't need anything extravagant because they're there to watch the game, or they should be. Right. And we decided to do not just some wings and some ribs. We've got a few other things, but just a recap on ribs. I guess some of the findings that we had to put an exclamation point on ribs, Dave.
So do you mean findings other than they were unbelievably delicious?
They were really good?
Oh, my God.
They were really
sorry,
good?
Dave. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I don't know if we found anything out other than, the Traeger is an awesome piece of machinery. And take the skin off the back of those St. Louis ribs, or Mike's going to check you. So it's all good. Other than that, no, I think we didn't get any questions, did we? Seemed like it was pretty straightforward on the ribs.
No, honestly, I think all of our questions came from TJ Lang, who we want to thank again for swinging in and eating with us and talking barbecue. But he had a couple of questions about the beef ribs.
Beef ribs, yeah.
Which gets to something that Sean told him on that show, which was watch that temperature, because whether it's a rack or the individual short ribs, they're going to go at different temps. And what did I tell you guys happened to me on, was that Monday I did them?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the FU Monday beef ribs. I had one finish in 5 hours. I had one finish in 6 and one in 6.5 hours. Delicious, by the way, chef, so thank you.
Awesome. So as I was commenting to you on the message, I was saying I think maybe one of those pieces might have had more fat than the other two, or maybe leaner or whatnot. I'm not sure, to be quite honest, but even hot spots. So we'll talk about hot spots today, talking about wings. So wings on a grill is it's no easy feat, as crazy as it sounds. You know, you can't just set it and forget it like a lot of those big pieces of meat. The wings, I kind of babysat them quite a bit through the process, and you'll see, because each individual looks pretty darn good. Right.
Hey, and before we jump into that,
yeah, totally.
So did you get anything to do that from what we did last night, as we were all over at Sean's enjoying another Habs dominant victory, and we prepped for the show, and our prep for the show really was, let's practice with these wings and see what we need to do today. So what did you get out of that?
Other than some good quality time with the celebrity Sean over here, we got to smoke some wings in Sean's new master-built smoker, which is really nice. What do you think about that?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not the Traeger. I think there's a reason why one is this expensive and the other one's that expensive. Is it absolutely positively good for a majority of things that you could do? I would recommend it. Absolutely. Yep. A majority of things that you want to do, you can do. If you want to do something big, like we've been having I have a big brisket at home that I'm cooking in a couple weeks. It doesn't make sense to do it on the Masterbuilt, but if you want to put a bunch of wings on there, if you want to put some smaller racks of ribs on there, that's what I'm doing on Sunday for my family. I would highly recommend the Masterbuilt. I have no problem saying that.
And as a chef, there's one thing that I learned from smoking last night: the wings, the moisture, the liquid in the smoker. So I've never really used the moisture in my smoker, right? So you put some apple juice or something like this in there, because I noticed that it seems like the smoke is a lot wetter, if you will. So you're creating the smoke inside the smoker. So and then you know how those wings looked really dark. They look really dark, and it's not as golden. And so then I kind of figured out, like, okay, smoke them until only so much water, I guess. So it's smoked them with the moisture in there to create some of that, to soften up the meat, I think, is the whole process there. But I only put a very little bit of moisture in there, and it kind of evaporated during the cooking process for the wings, and then they kind of browned up a little bit.
Oh.
And then I doubled down.
Yeah, because I put a crap load in there. I really did.
Yeah, totally.
Well, and the one thing that you have to account for this, I'm serious, and this will affect even the bigger pieces of machinery like a Traeger. But when you're talking about a Masterbuilt, when it's 11 degrees or whatever the heck it was last night, she struggled to get up to 250. I mean, there's no other way to say it. She did. And The thing about the Traeger is maybe it'll take you an extra 10, 15 minutes when it's cold, but when it gets to 250, it's A, in a lot less time, and B, it maintains that temperature. The one thing that I noticed about the Masterbuilt last night is it took about 2 hours to forget 250, to get to 230. But once it got there, and Mike, you had told me this was going to happen, it did a good job of maintaining that temperature, and I have to give it credit for that.
As long as you're quick in, quick out with what you're doing, adding a little water we were talking about, or just checking on them because we like to look at our food when it's cooking, and you close that door real quick, it seals, and that the temperature will get right back up there. Absolutely.
So I've got two things to piggyback on that thought. One is that Traeger doesn't have an element, right? So you think about your electric smokers, those Masterbuilts, they have a little element in the bottom there. So that element can only get so hot, and how much of that, it's an insulated box, so it's going to keep that temperature fine, right? But the biggest issue there is that element's got to heat it up to that high temperature, right? In your Traeger, those pellets are feeding into an automatic auger that's pushing it into what? An automatic lit, right, fire. So those pellets are constantly lit, if you will, and there's also a flame being pushed around in there. So there's a lot of pressed air heat being pushed around. Those the Masterbuilt smoker, that's more like gravity. That smoke is kind of rising, right? It's nothing. There's no fan in there forcing that air around, like in your Traeger, forcing that heat around. So I think that's the biggest difference: an element versus an actual motor that's pushing some real heat temperature, right?
Yeah. But I'm going to say it again. Perfectly acceptable for a vast majority of things you want to do in your backyard. We are, if you haven't figured this out yet, we are the type of group that like to have both small shindigs and big shindigs. So for my lifestyle, does it make sense for me to have 2 smokers in my backyard? Absolutely it does. 1,000%. If you do it a lot, absolutely it makes sense to have 2.
And one day too, the 2 hours that we were going back and forth with temperature and stuff, we didn't mind it whatsoever because it's what we talk about all the time. It was 3 friends sitting in a basement watching the Habs dominate Vancouver again as somebody screamed out of the basement. And we just sat there, we talked, we caught up, and we got a lot of things done.
More importantly, I don't want to interject, but I think our listeners, our watchers would like to hear this. Sean allowed us to watch a game with him. Seriously, was there not a 5-minute I don't know what you would call it, but a 5-minute spew of something. Sean was like, I normally don't let people over my house to watch, games. And then we're in the middle of, it's like intermission, we're in between periods and we're going over to throw some sausage on the grill, right?
Yep.
And Sean's like, I can't believe I'm outside. I can't watch a game. And they're up by 2 goals. He's like, you never know. But he's like freaking out. What does he do? Pulls out his phone. He's watching the game on the deck with the grill. I'm like, Sean, we're putting sausage on. I know, but the Habs are playing. So if people think that this guy isn't obsessed with that team, let alone hockey, I think they. I let
you in on the secret. I said, Dave, do you realize how sacred of ground that you are standing on right now? Habs game on, and in Sean's house. I've known him 30 years. Sean, second time, third time, I believe the first time you kicked me out.
I did kick
Shane Corson probably did something bad against those Bruins. Which do you want to share your little pregame ritual that we went through?
No.
By the way,
you grow up. There's no
awesome.
There's you grow up. I don't take it as devastating as I used to. I used to get really, really mad and yell and punch things and stuff, and not people, walls, and so it was only my hand that
I think
paid,
I think we have an understanding. Maybe that's why Sean and I kind of bond, because I'm the same way in the kitchen, right?
Nuts.
I'm the same way at the store. I'm very territorial. I'm very in control. I'm even here. You'll see. Notice setting up. Like I'm like slapping hands and trying to. I'm a control freak when it comes to this. Other than that, I'm standing over there. I could care less. I'm kind of one of the crowd.
How did I get mixed up in this? How did I get mixed up in
You're
this?
like the calming influence on all of us.
We need the glue. I mean, Mike's the glue.
Let's just together.
I just sat back and laughed, but I do have to say I was impressed when they scored to make it 4-3 late. Your calm demeanor, it was good. I was waiting. I was waiting.
One cuss word.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Yes,
So I'll explain before we go straight into the star of the show today, the Wings. I love this beautiful picture behind us today. we'll talk about something that we did last night on top of smoking some wings. Mike, why don't you tell everybody, we're getting a little shout out to some of our friends that we did a little podcast with some friends for Groundhog's Day.
Yep, they got a hold of us, these guys at Trust Me When I Tell You. That's their handle over there on Twitter. They're on Apple Podcasts. They have a podcast. They invited us on to talk about sausage during Groundhog Day. One of them is local, stopped in, got some butchery sausage. So we talked, sausage, we talked family. We had a good time. It was
Great
about 50 minutes.
Great conversation.
I know I've retweeted it out, but wanted to give those guys a shout out and say thanks for having us on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, really, a lot of fun. And, the beauty about doing a thing like this, again, is, with Dave, I didn't even know there were some extras he was doing today. That's just the way that when you marry together a chef and a butcher, I think that's a wonderful marriage. But Dave being Dave can't just do wings. Dave, what else did you do for the people? And we're going to try the one I've already gotten into. So
we were talking about big game, right? So who knows better than a chef or a butcher about sports? So as you can see from my shirt, that says touchdown with a guy hitting a home run. So I'll say this. I stay in my lane. But I was like, what else do you want for the big game, right? Everybody's not going to eat just wings or ribs, right? That's at Sean's house, but at everybody else's house, they might have something else too. So I figured, what better than my favorite? Anything cheese, anything queso. So this morning I made some chorizo, fresh chorizo, add some calabrese chilies, and I made a smoked queso, chorizo queso in that Traeger. And I got to tell you, I don't know, Sean, you've been eating it. What do you think?
Have I?
Mike, have you tried it?
Yep. Oh,
This
yes,
is all-
yes,
Tell us
yes,
what
it's
you
up.
think.
It's really good.
The chorizo is what makes it.
Yeah.
Forget
Yeah.
about anything else.
Dave's
I'm serious.
chorizo is-
The
Dave's chorizo
the
is
chorizo
unbelievable.
is what it's queso. Normally, like the difference between the two, and we'll get to your second one.
Yeah, totally.
The second one, I can really taste the smoke.
Yeah.
This one, I don't taste the smoke as much, but what I do get is that beautiful chorizo flavor in it. It's just lovely.
What exactly are the ingredients in that queso, Dave? Because I'm going to make that.
It's Velveeta, the
Yep.
block of cheese, a block of smoked Gouda.
Yep.
Right. So I grated that, and a little bit of half and half, some julienne or really fine chopped up calabrese chilies, and then the chorizo. The main binder mixer here to keep it kind of soft, if you will, was I took the grease from the chorizo. So I cooked the chorizo separate, threw it in the smoker, and let it cook in there. It didn't gain a lot of smoke to it, but the grease that comes from that sausage, if you will, kind of separated from the meat patty, and I dumped the juice or the grease into that. So that's where there's the depth of flavor, right? So you're getting that real smoky thing or the chorizo flavor throughout. And then I chopped up the chorizo and added it in, folded it, and then heated it up a little bit more in the smoker. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty darn well.
And I mean, let's be honest. If the guys are going to sit here and say that the real mainstay of the Super Bowl parties aren't dips, I mean, just stop in a party and you'll see that there's a ton of dips. And this is one that you have to do. And I think I was sharing with you last night that me and my buddy Steve have done this smoked queso. He didn't have a smoker. What he just did was he just doubled up and used that smoked Gouda in there, and it gave just a slight smoke to it like that. So you don't even need the smoker. That Traeger added a nice little kiss to it, but you can do it without it by just adding those smoked cheeses.
And then we have the other.
Hold on just a second.
Sorry.
It's almost like he heard
I told
us
you.
say wings, and so the wing shows up. Darren McCarty shows up as if on cue. Wings and
Is
the
it
wing.
Wednesday?
It is Wednesday.
Is it wing? Did you guys? Is it Wing Wednesday?
It's Smoke Show Wednesday, and we got a whole boatload of wings. We're just getting ready to unveil those.
Oh, I didn't even know.
first
I
thing, a
thought
couple
today
days
was
ago-
Sunday. I thought you said church service today, Sean.
I love
It's unfortunate the butchery guys are here. I guess I'm gonna hang around, and just so happens I had chicken.
So I got two things for you to try before I pull out these wings. I've got some smoked chicken dip that I made here, like a buffalo dip, but I smoked some chicken thighs, so that's smoked chicken buffalo dip. And then we were just talking about, this is a queso that I made with some fresh chorizo that I make. So queso chorizo, smoked it. It's melted, a little cheese, cheddar, and a little smoked Gouda.
Where's my
Right in the middle there,
camera?
yeah. So you try that, and then I'll start talking to everybody about the different ways that I smoked and
I'm not
grilled
even
and
here,
cooked
bro.
wings.
I'll just
Dave,
be
you gotta
making.
tell
I'll
me-
just be making those 80s sex noises from behind the camera.
I love it. I love it.
Dave,
Hashtag
you
food
got to
porn.
tell me about what you did, because again, the chorizo, the chorizo was the star of the queso you made. The buffalo dip, and in fairness, my wife makes a mean buffalo dip. The smoke is the difference to that one? The smoke really made that dip.
The truth is, Sean, Mike, what did I do last night standing at your island? I said, I think I'm going to make a buffalo chicken dip. And I looked at your wife and I said, do you have a recipe? And she shared her recipe with me. And then I kind of made it my own. So it's almost like a morph of hers. So what I did was, I'll tell you exactly what I did here. I took some of the blue cheese dressing that I made, right, for the wings in a little bit. I took that. I smoked some chicken thighs for about an hour. Chopped up those chicken thighs, put them in the oven, dried it out a little bit. Shredded that chicken, put it into a blender, and then added some cream cheese and some buffalo sauce, this buffalo mix, right? It's just like butter and hot sauce, right? And then just blended it up.
We're both fans of that.
Good
We're
stuff.
both fans of that. Look at Mac.
But it has a nice depth of the smokiness from the chicken, and it has a little bit of heat, but the blue cheese kind of comes through. There's again, everything that I do, and it's not a braggadocious thing, but I try to add layers of flavor, right? It's not just one note or one, I would rather be a complete player, right? I want to be able to do a little bit of everything. And that's kind of when I'm building food or a dish, if you will, it's all about layers of flavor, right?
I
want
that. Building,
I want a guy that plays on
building.
both sides of the puck.
But more to that is when you go to a party, sometimes everyone just brings something, and there might be 3 people that bring buffalo chicken dip. It's so popular. Dave, if you brought that, that's something different.
Yeah,
it's
something
not,
different.
I don't know how to explain the smoky element that added to it, but it's not your typical buffalo chicken dip. It's got a little different flavor element.
Again, I think it's just smoking that thigh. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like.
That's good. I like that.
So we've got. I did wings 4 different ways.
Here we go.
And we got a bunch of different hot sauces, a bunch of different things. You can, if you want hot sauce to dip them in, you want to rock and roll and do that kind of thing. That's up to you. But we were talking a little bit about the crispiness, right? If you want to create a crisp chicken wing without using flour, right? Mike has got the gluten issue, and we're very aware of that. And so we want to make sure that we can do things. We want you to enjoy a nice fried wing. We didn't fry any wings today, but if you do, Traeger has a recipe. There are different ways, but instead of tossing your wings in flour, you can toss them in cornstarch, seasoned cornstarch, if you will, salt and pepper, maybe a little paprika, a little smoked paprika if you like, garlic, whatever.
Another flavor element.
Yeah, so you kind of toss that with your cornstarch instead of that flour, and that eliminates the gluten issues that you have. It doesn't get as chalky either. It kind of dries onto your meat really well, and when you smoke it, you get a nice golden smoke flavor or color.
Can I steal some of those, because Art's been eyeing them here for a little bit.
We've
been
these
talking.
These here are just they're the butchery smoked meats rub, and I just put these in the oven. We just roasted these bad boys off. I took the smoked meats rub. I added some brown sugar, some cayenne, and some red pepper. So
okay.
As Bella, my daughter, would say, "Daddy, that's got a little heat and a little sweet." So that's right, just
that
like her.
Smell, Art, you're gonna love this. We've been teasing you for about 2 days with these wings.
So, Dave, these are just oven. This is what people can do at home.
So I wanted to do something. You don't have a smoker, you can do this at home. It's just oven roasted chicken wings there. These here are the Traeger smoked chicken wings. These bad boys look beautiful. They smell even better, I think.
All right.
But they even got some heat coming off there.
So this
Come get some of those, Darren.
This is butchery rub. Butchery rub with a little bit of extra you added.
That's right, little brown sugar, little heat. Sean?
I got that brown sugar there, Dave.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I got that brown sugar right
So
away.
if you want a little bit, yeah. So sweet in the front, heat in the back. Little mullet going on, party in the front. Business in the front, party in the back. There you go.
And that's got just a little.
Oh, I love it. Oh, no, I was hitting it here, but then you happened to walk by.
I was telling Dave earlier, Sean, these are my favorite. When you can get them crispy and a nice dark color to them, I'm all over. People, it's burnt. No, that's another Dave flavor element.
So these here are a hot. I did a hot rub on these, and I smoked these in my Master Builder electric smoker. So these are just wood fire smoke. These got a little more smoke on them. These should be a little bit hotter. But yeah, they're really nice. You might want to try some of those. All right. Get some of those over there.
Dave,
Art.
the Traeger flavor is tremendous.
Yeah, the Traeger flavor is nice, isn't it?
It's a great.
It's not all smoke. It's got some grill to it.
It's a good flavor.
Where's the second one? I've got to rate these here. Where's the second?
Right here,
What
buddy.
is this one?
Then I got the
Spicy Traeger.
Yep.
Spicy Traeger. Okay.
No, regular Traeger. Regular Traeger.
Traeger, but you,
Spicy
that's
smoke.
the spicy smoked. Okay.
And then this one here is a garlic parmesan smoked. We marinated them in garlic and parmesan, and then we smoked them up.
That's
Hold
a
on.
good flavor.
Stop the show train right here. What did I just eat?
You
That one right there.
That's the Traeger smoked wing. That thing is money, isn't it?
Yeah, that's of the two, Dave. I haven't tried the spicy one yet, but
What, that one right in front of you?
yeah, this is the Traeger one.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh.
So put that with a little bit of your hot sauce, your barbecue sauce, and I think you'll turn out with something really nice.
Dave, this is smoked.
This
is
Yeah,
just
that's smoked. Yep,
yeah.
yep. You got smoked is in the smoker. The Traeger is not a smoker; it's a smoker grill, right? So you got a little bit of both going on.
So the heavier smoke's coming out of that Masterbuilt.
Yeah, let me pass some of these Traeger wings over there to Darren. You want some of those bad boys?
Like it. In fact, I might have ate the bone, Art.
I love it. I love it.
Hold on.
So
All right, I got to catch up to myself here. I'm in awe at that second one. Does it get better from there? Which one was the?
so you have a garlic parmesan on your right, and then a hot smoked on your left there.
When you say hot smoked, you're talking something spicy in there.
Bingo.
Bam.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss some wings in a little bit of something here. What do you think? Maybe a little bit of buffalo.
Mike,
Yeah.
that smoke flavor on just the pure smoke one is, if you like smoked wings, that's exactly what you want.
100%.
I gotta go try your hot one.
That's why I've told you every time we've done the Masterbuilt, I say you got to be real
Which one's
careful.
the hot one?
This was the hot one. This was the spicy garlic one, which you're a spicy garlic guy.
I love spicy garlic.
But if you want more of that smoke flavor, like these ones right here, you go to your Masterbuilt, and you
Right.
and probably a couple times an hour you put a handful in there, because that is the smoke is kicking right now. And we learned yesterday, Peachwood, very good,
Peachwood is very good.
very good.
These those are on apple or something soft like a
Yeah,
peach or
yeah, yeah.
mild flavor, if you will. But and the Traeger is applewood, so that's why we have the pellets in there. So that has a little more sweetness. But I think the Traeger wings in my opinion, the smoked ones are smoky, but the Traeger, those wings are they're money. They're great wings. They're not fried. There's nothing crazy there. Darren's that's money right there, is it not? You don't have to say much you're eating.
No, I think that the brilliance is that, and Sean always attests, and we talk barbecue all the time, but I'm a chicken wings guy.
Yes, you are.
And the healthiness, right? It feels like I'm eating a healthy, it doesn't feel like I'm eating, you can tell there's smoke, but the flavor profile. But the comment on the smoke, if anybody's ever smoked a cigar or cigarettes or whatever, and you try to blow that smoke ring and you get that whole smoke ring in the back of your throat, eating that smoked rib like that, where you're talking about what's that at the end that's different. It's not just a piece in it's like your whole mouth develops and as
Encompasses
the air's coming out, it encompasses it throughout, and it's like something that I've never had, dude. And it doesn't surprise me, bro. Which one's these?
This here, I just some buffalo sauce on there for you.
I don't
I'll
know
be
what
back
kind
in
of
my
wings.
cage.
And Art, you're a wing guy as well, right? Art behind the scene, you're a wing guy
Yeah,
as well.
I love wings. And with the whole gluten thing, I used to be, honestly, a pizza guy. I used to love pizza, and then I got hit with the glutens, and I can't eat it. So chicken wings are my go-to. I got to tell you, I don't know. You guys have made so many different concoctions, but I'm already blasting through these. They're fantastic.
Awesome.
Good. One thing Dave and I have in common, and this isn't for everybody, we're both blue cheese guys. That's one thing when we got to know each other. You can't give me enough blue cheese. You can't give me enough blue cheese. And you know what? Just one. I don't have to completely douse it. I need a good dollop of blue cheese. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. And so, again, this is what we're doing on a Super Bowl. Is I want people to, come over, just be yourself. You're at my house. It's just me. Come over and be yourself. Have some finger food. I got some ribs for you. I'll slice them, or if you want to be caveman, you can do it yourself. I mean, but that's always been, my idea for like a chill Super Bowl shindig.
So think about this. You have the wings. If you want to take some meat off the wings, you got the tortilla chips. You got the queso. You make yourself your own little fancy nacho. Throw some wing meat on there, some queso cheese, on top of the tortilla. Bam. You're got something totally different. So you're eating the same things, all day long, but you can have them in different ways, right? Create your own little something going on there.
Absolutely. I'm just stuck on that second wing there.
Those Traeger wings are money.
The Traeger wings with a little bit of I think it was the butchery rub with a little extra spice in there. We've said it many times when we've been together since March, Sean. sometimes you just don't need sauce. The meat
No.
is going to be the star. The meat.
Absolutely.
This right here needs no sauce, nothing. The rub that's on it, the kiss of the Traeger, that's it. Like I haven't touched my sauce. I mean that is, Dave, you outdid yourself on that one.
You know what I
Good
do?
stuff.
If you find a good wing, Mike, to your point, okay? The Traeger one is probably my favorite, but I'm not going to lie to you. A close second is that smoked one you did, because that smoke profile on there, I think Mac did a great job of explaining it. It really is like, okay, you're coming. It's almost like, watching Willy Wonka when she bites that thing. Ooh, I think I taste carrots. I mean, really, there's different waves of flavor that come at you, and that's what I'm all about is getting those different waves. No,
So-
you don't need sauce for this.
So Mike, you want to try a hot sauce or something?
Yes,
I mean,
let's
see.
get this
see.
going. We
Let's
had
have
a
a little
lot of
fun.
fun. We had a lot of fun when we did those hot sauces.
We're gonna do the roasted wing.
Absolutely. Give me that roasted wing. Put whatever hot sauce you want, except for the M43 one, which breaks my heart because it's got gluten in it. That used to be my favorite beer. Art, have you had a chance to try the sauce?
All right, if he's trying one of the hot ones, I got to try.
Yeah,
one of
it
the
was
hot ones.
fantastic.
Okay, yeah.
Fantastic.
I don't
I
want
tell you,
to.
all
nice,
the-
nice
Can I
mix of
pass
sweet
on
and spicy.
Hellfire?
Yeah.
I liked it.
How about I get you?
Don't do it.
Okay, what do you? We're gonna
Okay,
do-
hold on, Mac. Here's my agent.
Partner.
Yeah.
I've done some wing challenges before. Anything that says voodoo, do not do. No voodoo.
Don't do voodoo?
The devil's sauce. You might be all right. It might be, I'm no voodoo.
No voodoo. All right.
Well, they
There you
had
go.
that
Best
one that
advice.
said the
Best
one
advice.
we did on the show the one day with Chef Julie and Sean and I did that one. It's got the
That one
it's
was
got the
hot.
dog on
It was
front,
just too hot.
like psychedelic.
Super hot,
Super
yeah.
hot. The one that says
So-
super hot.
so
It's
we
kind of
had-
telling you right away.
We have two. We'll have two from Two Dogs. So we'll try their brand new apple chipotle. Sean will try that one, and there's the super hot. So
Yeah, let's go super hot.
Mike
Give me-
wants to
let's
try the
go.
super hot. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
try apple chipotle.
Douse yours.
Mac,
Wait,
you
oh,
ready?
here's my wing.
You
Okay.
want a little?
Yeah.
On your plate?
Yeah.
So Dave, are we saying?
Yeah. So you got Two Dogs. Go ahead.
I got a little Two Dogs
That's
future
more of our
sauce,
speed, eh?
and
Like
it
we-
says
like that's-
right here,
that's stepping up.
super hot. So here we go, Christy.
So Mike's gonna try that. Super
I might
hot.
be a little late.
Yeah. I don't get much
that-
hotter than this Chipotle Tabasco.
For a future, Sean, the super hot sauce comes out fast. Just so you know.
and thick. That's
Oh, look
nice.
at that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is.
Oh, you're doing pretty good over there.
You know what?
Sean,
I'm
with
second.
that.
I'm second guessing the choice not to bring milk, Dave.
It's not bad.
All right. Here
It's
we
not
go.
bad.
You, Sean and Mac have the pineapple Chipotle. What do you think of that? It's got some heat to
What
it.
did I do?
Nice though.
Yeah,
Smooth.
it's not bad. It's not a bad heat.
It's
Balance heat, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen, as I as well
Come on,
documented
stay
that
here.
last 5 years through my sobriety, the one thing that I've gotten back are my taste buds, and as
right.
I've gotten older,
Sure.
it's also too spicier stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like the level that I know that 10 years ago I would never try. He's burning out. I'm
Mike's
not going
on
to that
fire.
one. But
Can
this
someone
I
get
could-
this guy
I could do
some
that
milk?
all day long.
This is
I told you I should bring
Like
milk.
this is for anybody who's a medium guy or something that likes a little bit of bite there that hangs out. Maybe you've invested into eating the jalapenos on the nachos,
Yeah,
right? Maybe
yeah.
instead of putting them to the side. That's what it reminds me
This
of.
isn't bad.
Good
Darren,
stuff, good
you
stuff.
want to lose your taste buds again? Holy crap!
Dude, I tried to stop doing dumb stuff a long time ago. That's why, hey, once I got to be buddies, like, and hang out with Sean, not just see him at the rink, then to hang out, then the positive energy comes in. So,
I'm
not today.
I'm
No.
the one to do the dumb stuff on the show. I
All
found my
right,
role.
yeah.
I know
That's
my
why
role.
it's a team
Sean,
effort.
You're trying it.
This-
Well, I'm not trying that.
Sean says no
way
way,
I'm
no
trying
how.
that.
Oh,
And so,
that was not that hot last time.
See, can I make a confession to you though? Can I make a confession to you?
My eyes are
Now
watering.
with the apple chipotle, what I'm getting, I'm a dipper, and you know what? Sometimes with the dip, it, and I can feel it in my lips where it cuts my lips, Mac. And now that's not comfortable. I got to be honest with you. I'm not.
You want not comfortable.
Listen. But again, Sean, you know why. So repercussions to your actions,
moaning.
right? Which you would also say, and me, I also share the same habit, and I'm sort of enjoying the way that it's resonating in my.
And it's real.
It is real, so
It's real.
I'm gonna.
so
hey,
these,
I'm gonna sit
Sean
back
is
and
burning
watch.
out over here on this
It's
pineapple
real.
Chipotle.
Oh,
Mike is
this
in
has got the
tears
Caro-
on that super hot.
The
Oh my
Carolina
goodness.
Reaper and the Scorpion Pepper.
Just took
Kids,
Mike to a whole
read the
different level.
label before you do this.
So I have the smoky smoked
my
ones,
God.
and I've got a little
For
bit.
real?
I got a little bit of give up the ghost. This one here is got
Give
a
up
little
the
bit.
ghost. Let's go.
Yeah, your
really
taste buds
doing
already
it
burnt.
again?
He's
Yeah.
going at it. This is my guy right
Mike,
here.
you're Mike.
Mike's
Don't
a
do
warrior.
it. Mike, I worry about
I
you.
wore the only shirt I have that has wings on it. I'm ready for this.
You get away from me with that. Keeping my hands in my pockets.
I tell you
Art,
what, the
you wanna
first
try
thing
the
to
hot
go,
one?
Sean, the first
You
thing
hot?
to go is the bald spot.
Is it
It's
super
it's
hot?
on fire.
Not super hot.
See, you know what
I
happens
can handle,
for me
like,
is like
Tabasco.
it's like in my mouth,
It's
my
too hot
dip
for you, 'cause
spots,
I'm a
and
Tabasco
then
guy.
this.
All right,
Sorry,
here we go. So
good.
this one is, Dave.
This is a ghost pepper. Give up the ghost.
My eyes won't stop watering.
I literally just asked. I just
Can you
asked
read
if
me
I
the
said, "Is it too
ingredients?
hot?"
I'm trying to be smart today. Can you read me the ingredients there? Oh my God.
That one's
No California Reaper.
Truffle oil.
I'm looking on here, and it looks like there's some ghost peppers.
I did not think that one
It's
through.
all ghost peppers.
all ghost. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
that's great.
So you should be
Perfect.
good.
You know what? Hold on. I found the ingredients. Hold on. Satan's ass.
Leaked into a bottle.
No. I'm not eating that.
This one is more our speed, Sean.
I'm going to be honest here. Do I have anything in my mouth? I can't even tell if I got anything in my mouth.
we
It's
numbed you up real
it's-
good.
Is it killing you?
Send
No,
him to the
it's just
dentist.
gone numb.
Oh, has it really? Are you serious?
That's super hot. He's gone.
My top lip is on fire. But hey, guess what? You get hit hard the first shift right there, and you come back and you're on the second shift. Let's go.
Here's some blue cheese.
You know what?
No, you're
like that.
like me. You're the epitome. You know, the first shift. If you
Run
wake
into the
me
wall.
up, right, you're in trouble. Let me sleep. I noticed you got here. Actually, better analogy is you're wearing 24. So in honor, I know you're doing it. I know it's a Pearl Jam shirt, but I'm going to say you got your wings on. It's honor Proby.
Yeah.
We used to always say, don't wake the sleeping giant,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
and
God.
then when you did, so you're into it now, dude. This
absolutely.
is your game face. You're a
Yeah.
player, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
You're a savage. We used to
And-
call you guys like you savages.
I love it.
And I didn't go soft. I went after the highest one, and I'm
Bro,
taking
you're
it
going.
on.
Hey, dude, you're not fighting below your weight level. You're going up and up and up. I'm not.
not Darcy
Now,
Tucker.
listen. Remember, this is not a sanity issue. We are not talking
maybe.
about anything like that. This is eating hot wings and doing it to yourself. And it's not
the
about
fun
right
of it.
now, too, folks. It's a little bit later. Trust me. Homie'd be proud though.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
proud
Wow.
of you.
Well,
You know,
what's next?
There's no joke when you're younger. Mike and I
Get 'em
used
on
to
that
go
sweet
around.
one.
This is a true story. Mike and I used to go around different places, like in multiple cities, like all around here, and go, we'll take on your hottest wings, right? And Mike and I used to laugh at guys. And then there was one guy in one place, and believe it or not, it was at Dearborn. It was a place called the Arena. And the guy heard us talking shit, and he comes out. I kid you not. He goes, "I'll show you, little bastards," and everything. He made this flavor for us, and Mike and I are both waving like the white napkin. We were like, "You
He
win,
killed us.
you win. I surrender." It was Mike. Do you remember? It was awful, and it was one of those things. Like Max said, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I'm going to make it 25 minutes back home to Livonia.
Yeah.
I might just stay here for a couple hours just in case.
Yeah, and I mean that was worse than that. Like that's got some heat, and that kicked me right in the teeth right away. But now it's gone. It's all right. I think I lost a little of my mustache, but this was to put it into context. Of my reaction to this one, which almost knocked me on my butt. This is nothing compared to what that guy gave us that one.
Yeah,
night.
that was
incredible.
Yeah.
he was not happy.
No,
He wanted
well, you
us
know
to
what it
die.
was? I mean, here's
He won the
full-
challenge.
He had something called suicide wings, right? So he and I, being the 21, 22-year-old little smartasses we were sitting in the back going, "Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I don't know if I can go on." And the guy's like, "Oh yeah," and he comes out and "These ones are on me, boys." And Mike and I are going, no. It was kind of funny.
So he won. He taught you
Yeah,
a
he
lesson.
beat us. Well, I mean, you guys always win. The house always wins. The chef wins. You're gonna win.
Yeah.
If you give a chef a challenge, the chef is going to destroy you. There's no other way to say that.
We try. We don't always win.
So-
but I think it's the effort. What you got, Mike?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go.
Still shaking the cobwebs. I love it.
Ooh, is that good?
Did you try the blue cheese, Sean? It's good stuff. Yeah,
I
it's
love
good
it.
stuff. So
Well,
what?
that's what Mac and I were saying. That with the pineapple chipotle or the apple chipotle, whatever it was good And then when I added the blue cheese to it, to me, it went up a next level. It took away some of the power of the pineapple
Cool it off
chipotle,
with it, yeah.
but it was that's what you're talking about with you get those different flavors. And you and I mean, from the day that we met, we've talked about that. I like waves. I do. You give me waves. It's like, ooh, yeah, oh, yeah. And sometimes that hit comes late. With the blue cheese, I really, really enjoyed that
So
wave.
you're saying the blue cheese added to it. So I'm going to finish that Carolina Reaper Scorpion pepper
Why
one.
are you doing that to
Because it was
yourself, Mike?
staring me. It was staring at me. And you remember boneless wing, right? I'm not losing another battle, Sean. We lost
We're
the,
not gonna
the
bring
boneless
that
wing.
up.
We're
That
not
was
going to
a-
bring
that
it
was a
up
bad night.
because it's
We had a bad
PTSD when it comes down to that. But I'm not going to let the Carolina Reaper stare me in the face and laugh. Did you hear him? Wuss. No, look at this.
It's one of those Bob's Burgers moments where
I
the
don't.
burger's
Well, you know
talking
what?
here.
See, here's with McCarty in the house, he'll understand this. Okay, without March 26, 1997. Okay, who knows what would have happened in life? You and I got humbled by boneless wings one
I
night.
can't even breathe.
And it's almost like the series against Colorado in '96. We haven't had our March 26 yet.
We have not.
Quite frankly, we're both cowards.
100%.
Yeah, no, we're both cowards.
I was going to follow that up with, and we won't.
Yeah,
Because
we won't.
I will not go.
There's no McCarty in me.
No.
That's one loss that we had. Art, there's no other way to say it.
And at
we
least-
got destroyed by boneless tenders. One
Sean,
night.
I got her out. We can't because they are breaded. They have gluten, and I cannot. And
I
I'm,
wouldn't
I'm
eat that in
further
front of
gonna.
my friend.
And I'm further gonna add, Sean. The reason we lost is that was just evil by them. They knew I had a gluten issue before I did. And
They did.
boneless wing, if you're listening, I know what you did. You came after me with the gluten, and that's it. And that's what happened. So
But I have something
we got
for you.
our out.
I've got something for you because
All right.
because you're my favorite.
Oh boy. Well, look
Anyway.
at you put the sweet wings over by him, and you put the Reaper sauce by me.
Well, we knew, water finds its level. Hey, so listen. I'm teasing. So we were. I totally lost track there. See, teasing Sean. I get all off my off my
Everybody
spot.
teases me.
I
My
know.
wife came in and teased me yesterday too. It's okay. It's fine.
No, she dropped knowledge on us. She taught me how to make this awesome dip. Get out of here. What did she?
Kristen, I had no part of that.
I had none of it either. I thought I just
You guys
recognized
know I
that
didn't
awesome
care
recipe
either.
she
Honestly,
shared.
I didn't care.
Ooh.
My gosh.
That's unbelievable.
I love it. Our wives humble us. I think that's
Yeah,
awesome.
isn't that true?
It's the
No.
truth. No, but I think we can do all these fun things, and you can add the ribs in, and then you can even go back to our first show, right? Like you said, you could have the brisket, and that's kind of sitting there and slice it off and kind of go with it.
Yeah.
For the big game, we're just talking about things you would do or tailgate kind of thing at the house. I have a question. Like, what is your, other than, I think we've established, Sean, you like the brisket, but what is your favorite thing to eat beyond, like at a gathering like that? You like to pick on the wings? Is that your thing? Or because I'm a queso guy. That's why I brought that to the party.
And Mike, you know me. Mike and I think it's safe to say we're both grazers. Eating with you enough in my lifetime, I think Mike and I are both grazers. And what I mean by that is you don't necessarily keep track of how much you ate. But then, like, you look and you're like, oh, my gosh, how did I eat that whole tray? And it's over, like, the course of an hour. You know
It's
what
time.
I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm that type of guy. I like things that I can set up in my general surrounding where, to be honest with you, I don't have to move. The only time I want to move is to go take a piss during the commercials and all that stuff. So I'm kind of the finger food guy at events like
Awesome.
that.
I say 100%. When we do it, and my wife has some pretty bad allergies, so we don't go anywhere where there's dogs or cats or anything. So usually we have the party, so everyone will come to us, which we don't mind. And we just do appetizers, the finger foods. You've seen the jalapeno poppers to the Scotch eggs, anything wrapped in bacon, wrapping the avocados stuffed with chorizo in bacon, dips all over the place. And then one of the mainstays is chicken wings. Now this year's going to be a little different. A friend of mine is coming over. Steve, how you doing? And he's on a little bit of a food restriction right now. Okay. And we're gonna be doing some fruit. So watch out.
Hey, throw some pineapple, some peaches, apples. All these things are great on their smoker.
Yeah, that's what what to say, Wednesday. So probably Thursday or Friday we'll get on the phone and we'll start planning our menu. But like you said, it's gonna be full of finger foods just like that. I guarantee the queso's there. Tortilla chips are at my house. There's gonna be wings. There's gonna be jalapeno poppers. We'll probably cut up some sausages and stuff like that. That's 100%. We're an app family.
So, being an app family, you finger foods, but you don't like sides. I'm lost. But isn't finger foods a side in a lot of ways?
You're getting anything with a side. There's no side. What is a side?
No, meat.
Yeah, if meat is my side, then that's good.
So
Give me meat.
Chicken wings aside.
I was raised by
Don't you need some
an
salad?
Italian
No,
woman.
I don't need some salad.
I was raised.
You're up to about 10 voices that I need to hear on a daily basis.
I told you he's a superstar. I love it.
French Terminator.
Oh yeah, French. That is a good one. I don't care what anybody says on that show you do in the mornings around here. You're pretty funny.
Oh boy. All right, we're off track. Good.
Yeah. So let's bring it back. What are we going to be doing going forward, Mike? You want to share? Mike and I, you were busy this morning doing your regular show, and Mike and I have a good idea. We're going to run it by you live and see what you think for next week's show.
Better not be sides.
Oh no.
Oh, there goes that baked potato idea.
Well, wait a
Macaroni
second.
and
Twice baked
Potato
potato
salad.
Twice baked
You can put all kinds of stuff on. You can put all kinds of stuff on a baked potato.
Here's
come
the
on,
tough
Sean.
thing, Sean. You've known me long enough. You know my attention difficulties. You know I have a lack of memory recall, and now Dave has put me on the spot to remember what we talked about probably just an hour ago. But hold. Don't you don't.
We've done it
You
before
don't.
as a
You
group.
do-
We've done a
absolutely.
couple things before as a group.
I'm looking at pork, and I'm remembering the word tenderloin or pork, rack of pork chops.
How about we do this?
I don't remember. It was an hour ago.
We're gonna do pork loin. So you have
Pork
the whole
loin.
pork loin, right? The
What
whole
did I say?
bone-in pork loin. It's a big old piece of meat. It's
What
the
did I
whole.
say?
You're right. The whole side of the runs the whole length of the pig, right? So you have the pork tenderloin on one side, and you have the whole loin on the other side. The baby back rib, if you will, runs through the middle. We're gonna do. We did one at your house when we first met. I thought it was a beautiful. We'll do a bone-in pork loin roast. We'll smoke a pork loin roast.
You remember that?
I do remember that.
Mike had a great idea to wrap a pork tenderloin. So we'll take a pork tenderloin, the tenderloin part of that. We'll take that
Right.
out. We'll kind of flay it open.
What did I say? Wrap it in bacon.
Stuff it with
Stuff
something,
it with sausage.
and then we'll wrap it with bacon, and then we'll do some kind of boneless pork loin something. So maybe we'll sous vide something. We'll figure it out.
All
We'll
right.
barbecue some stuff up.
Since you brought it up, I was not familiar with the Duroc chop. I don't think you were
boy,
either.
No, not
The
till we
bone-in
got
pork
that
chop,
one.
the
Oh,
big-
yeah.
That
Oh.
Duroc was the best pork I've had. It wasn't even close. Like that Duroc.
Yeah.
What,
So we
what
have
is
some-
it about
wait.
Duroc?
It's a there's heritage or it's a breed of pig, right?
Would it be
So-
like a Wagyu to a
Exactly,
beef?
exactly. So it's just the way they're raised, the way they're kind of handled. They're really well taken care of. Hey, we lit you up. We got your taste buds going.
Oh, I'm
juicy.
back now. I'm
yeah,
back
you worked
now.
a little sweat out.
I
now
probably
it's ready to
lost
go.
5 pounds sweating here. Refresh my memory. Did we put those Durocs on the Traeger, or did we have those on your Weber?
I think we did do it on the Traeger. I think that was
Okay.
the very first thing we did
And
on
those
the
were-
Traeger.
I think so, and those
yeah,
were
I think that
awesome.
was
So
the
like a
first thing
big
we ever did
double-
on the
'cause
Traeger.
I wasn't
yeah,
there
they
for
were,
that.
they were huge.
Like
Yeah.
a double bone pork chop. and
Yeah.
everything.
Mike, Dave, I think that was the first thing we ever did when I got the Traeger, and it was, and again, the guy that got it to us, we'll just call him the mysterious one. The guy that got us to us kind of told us what we have to do, and we did it, and it was. There's a noticeable difference. There's no other way to say it.
We'll have some fun with pork loin. Maybe
Good.
I'll
So
cut some.
that-
I'll cut some double chops, and we'll have that too.
And it's always fun with you, Dave. It doesn't have to be fun. Fun with
try.
anything.
No, it's what to me.
And I
I mean,
can't
this
wait.
is the one thing that we tell everybody. It's about learning. Like
Yep.
it's and part of learning is you're going to make some mistakes. I need you guys to understand this. Like for me personally, we've been very lucky cooking together. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. The first Boston butt that I did, pork shoulder that I did, it was okay. It was passable, but I know what I want, and I know that I could do better. And after some consultation with Dave and after some consultation with Mike, everybody's got their hill that they have to climb. I know, Mike, for yours, it was he had a tough time getting brisket done. And like for whatever reason, I nailed brisket. But like after talking to these guys and just saying, all right, it's going to take me 16 hours to do this gosh damn Boston butt. But if I have to wait 16 hours, I'm going to wait 16 hours. As God is my witness, when I nailed that, my son was home that weekend. Mike, I hit you guys
Yep,
up right
right
away.
away.
You sure did.
I go,
You're very
guys,
proud
I
of
did
that.
it. My son literally looked at me and goes, Dad, that was awesome. And I mean, that's what you're looking for.
Yep.
Do I
Yes,
want it
the
to
feedback.
taste good? Of course
Yeah.
I want it to taste good. But I want somebody who that's their jam. My son would rather eat pulled pork than anything. Jack, would you like a pizza or pulled pork? I mean, name it. He wants pulled pork. For him to look at me and go, Dad, that's awesome. That's one of the rare W's in my life. when I hear
Absolutely,
things
and
like that.
and you had to learn, and we got a little bit away from the learning here. These are things I think we could do. We learned with the queso and stuff, but we wanted to stick with the Super Bowl theme and Super Bowl parties and talk about the Super Bowl. It's going to be great to get back to learning.
All right, guys, we got a couple minutes before we wrap this up. I know Mike, Dave, we wanted to say, give a shout out to some of the businesses out there. I know times are tough. I get it. And just because things are opening up, that doesn't mean that, voila, we're going to snap our fingers and everything's going to be okay.
And all these restaurateurs aren't printing money day one.
And
And at a limited capacity, I could go on for hours. Being a restaurant guy, thankfully I have a meat market, but yeah, no.
If you guys need a shout out, if you want us to make a tour, whatever the case
Yeah,
may
hit us
be,
up.
this is something we want to not only give you shout outs, but Mike, kind of take the act on the road and show people what they can get around town.
100%. If you guys want to have us out, we'll come out. We'll talk to your chef. We'll talk to your manager. Maybe we'll put it on video. We'll put it on Twitter. We want to know what your opening plans are, what you have, what your best dish is. We want to get you out to the people as fast as we can so that when you guys do open up fully, or as you're opening up slowly right now, you guys can get back to that living that you knew. Your employees can get back to making
That's right.
that
It's all
money.
about the people.
We want you to get back to making money, earning your living with your life dream in that restaurant. Whatever it is, get a hold of us, have us out, or we'll have you in, and we'll talk to you and get it out there. Please.
That's right. More specifically, I think it'd be great. We go and check out these places. We can go there, see what they have to offer, and then we can share the word from our end.
The Wolfpack making a road trip.
That's right.
We have to get out of here. And thanks as always. I mean, first of all, to the chef, to the owner of the butchery. Make sure you go see him. If you want some wings for this weekend, there's still time to go see him. He'll hook you up. He has them in abundance as well. That's what he does. He has a lot of wings.
And
Lots
he
of wings,
has
especially for this weekend.
He has a secret in there too: pickle brined chicken wings.
Oh yeah, Rodrigo made some pickle brine
Rodrigo,
wings.
we gotta give Rodrigo-
He fried them, so I didn't want to bring them.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I couldn't eat them.
Big
They
fan
got
of
gluten, but I'm
Rodrigo.
telling you,
That's
get
my
in
guy.
there and try them. Try these wings. Get his recipe for those sweet Traeger wings down there, and let's go.
All right, for Mike Ivesil, for the chef, Dave Hubbard, check out the butchery in Keego Harbor. For Art, and of course, D-Mac, as always, for
Thank you,
popping
Art.
in
Thank you,
and
Mac.
having fun with us. My name is Sean Baligian. See you next week. Later.
Woodward.